All right, we're talking 17-6A in yet another district breakdown with my guy John Poorman from Houston Chronicle. John, 17-6A, they probably aren't too happy with the new team they brought in, which is Cy Falls, because they lose Spring Woods, who the teams took turns beating down pretty good, and they move on to 5A, but they have Cy Falls in now, which is a regular playoff time. And team, talk to me about this district, because it really, if you look at it on paper, it looks like there's maybe five teams, maybe even six, fighting for those four spots.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, definitely the addition of Cypress Falls is a big one. This is a really competitive program, with plenty of recent, trips to the playoffs. And 2 years ago, they were in a four-way tie for the district title in 16-6A. So this is a formidable program coming in. Of course, they lose the services of a really talented running back in Trey Morris, who's now graduated, but really strong program there under Coach Chris Brister. As far as the rest of the district goes, I mean, Cy Fair, look at what they've done the past couple of years with quarterback Trey Owens leading the way. Of course, he's now graduated at Texas. But man, what a run that they've had. They won the district title with an undefeated record last year. They finished 11-2. They came up short ultimately in the third round of the playoffs, but this was a team that really met those high expectations that they had coming into the season. And just a great performance there. They finished 11-2 overall. So, you got to think with the way that they've played in this district the past couple seasons that they've got to be the favorites. The Bobcats, year in and year out, are gonna have plenty of talent on the field. So I wouldn't expect that to change. But year in and year out, we see kind of the same teams there at the top. Stratford has been really good in recent years. I think a lot of people expected them to be a little bit down last year. But that was certainly not the case. They lost a really talented quarterback in Nash Rankin, but they came back and still were putting up some big point totals. They finished the season 9-4 and second place in this district behind Cy Fair. So I certainly expect them to continue to have some success. And then, Memorial and Jersey Village were right there in the 3 and 4 spots as well. Those are two programs that have had steady success as well, historically speaking, and especially in this district. And then so it'll be interesting to see how Cy Falls kind of fits into that mix. And looking at it right now, I mean, we're only in the summer right now, but you got to think, you got to like Cy Falls, I think, for one of those playoff spots if they continue doing what they've been doing. So it'll be interesting to see how their addition kind of shifts things and makes this district a little bit more competitive.
Yeah, we're certainly going to miss, and you mentioned this earlier, we're going to miss that Trey Owens to Owen Carter connection over there at Cy Fair, which was made for some big plays, big touchdowns as well. But they do bring back Landon Rink on the defensive end, and he's a very highly recruited linebacker, defensive end type fella.
Yeah.
We're probably not going to get much out of Northbrook and Cy Ridge, and Cy Creek's kind of reeling as well. So that leaves you five fighting for four. And I mean, me and you probably both agree that Cy Fair and probably Stratford, because you mentioned Stratford's quarterback leaving, but Aaron DeLeon, he still threw for over 3,000 yards. He was no slouch in there when he got in there, and he's back. So out of those other three, who do you think the three will make it for the extra two spots? If you may not even agree with me on Stratford, but I kind of got them penciled in. Maybe you don't agree with that.
I mean, on the spot now, middle of the summer, you got to like Cy Fair and Stratford, as we mentioned, and then I think probably, I think Cy Falls will be in the mix there. And then, between Memorial and Jersey Village, really hard to pick between those two. I think maybe I'll give Memorial a slight edge, but really could go either way on that one. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see, now with Trey Owens gone in this district, can anybody take a shot at Cy Fair? Can anybody jump up there? Can Cy Falls or Stratford kind of make a run at the Bobcats? That remains to be seen. Obviously, you still got to deal with the likes of Landon Rink, as you mentioned. I mean, that guy is just an animal. Just a really talented pass rusher. so he's going to be a force, and they've got some other guys too. They always seem to fly around on defense. So, Cy-Fair is going to be hard to take down and dethrone. But yeah, I mean, I would expect, the 3, 4, 5 spots in this district. There's going to be some competitive games, and I'm excited to see how it all unfolds.
Yeah, and I think Jersey Village got a new head coach this year. I think Snookhouse
Yep.
retired, so they're going to
Yeah.
see how he fits in there as well.
Yeah, and Cypress Creek will have a new head coach
Yep.
as well. A couple retirements in that district by some longtime coaches. Snickhouse obviously had a tremendous career there at Jersey Village. He's been around forever, and I know he's out focusing on his golf game right now. But he leaves that program in good shape. They've been they're typically a playoff contender, and I would expect that to continue.
All right, John, we're going to move on to Houston ISD and 186A next week. So I appreciate you joining us.
Sounds good.